Hello, everyone. Come on in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this big blue planet. Right? Hello. There we go. Hello, hello. 1010. Woo! My hello went out at 1010. What a good number, right? You know what? It took me this morning the way that my hair decided to go. It was like I had still. I've even tried to straighten it a little bit, but it just would not go. One side of my head was just like this rat's nest kind of thing. I think it was this side rat's nest thingy going on, and so it's almost like yeah, it's still happening. It's still happening. Oh, my hair. So welcome everybody. It's been a busy morning for me this morning. It's been kind of a lot of tying up loose ends, doing different things, and it is for me personally. These energies that are coming in are really like quite harsh. I mean, they're playing their game. I do have the moon, my sun, opposition with Mars. So I have this moon Mars opposition that's transiting in my sign, but it's also hitting my it's hitting Mercury, it's hitting my sun, and it's going to hit my Neptune in my sign. So there's a lot of activity and energy coming in, and this is where it's with this energy, what I'm finding, it's like really trying to keep my clarity, right? So clarity's coming in. As a collective with this energy, it is that even just not having it maybe hit anything in your sign, but or hit anything in your Scorpio house, but still with that Mars opposition moon, and then it's squaring the sun in Aquarius, there is like, this is like, it's making this energy activation on getting things done. What are you doing? Are you doing it right? And of course, with Mercury retrograde, and this Mercury retrograde isn't like a normal retrograde, right? This Mercury retrograde in Aquarius is really rediscovering a lot of information and even bringing up information that we may find false in the collective, in the news, in the energies that are out there. So this is, one aspect. So then you take it into your own world. What is coming up that you find is false in your world, that isn't working out? And I find the best way to deactivate that is to get out of it. Like, don't put the energy into it. So if the energy isn't in there for you, why are you putting the energy in for it, right? That's the whole thing. And a lot of times we want to fix everything. And this is where, as humans, why do we want to fix everything? Even with Jung was saying that that's part of being crazy, right? You're wanting to fix instead of just allowing. That's how people get even more depressed, is that they're not allowing for their feelings and their energies to come forward and look at them and say, you know what, this isn't working for me. Why am I hanging on to it and letting it go? Instead of trying to sit there and like, well, if we do this, and if we connect A to B and C to D, it's like, let's just take a moment over these next few days to really look at it. Because we're in this energy, and I said, we're going to go down, and then it's going to start going up, because a big transformation is going to happen with that new moon that's going to be happening in Aquarius. And when that moon hits Aquarius, there is 6 energies plus that are going to be in Aquarius. This energy hasn't been around since 1962. So we have this activation that's happening with us right now. And this activation that's happening is like also finding out, what is it that we are trying to change, or what are you trying to tweak? What are you trying to, this is like, maybe we need to separate ourselves out, even though this is Aquarius energy and everything's about, well, let's do it together. That little mouse, let's do it together. But it's like, let's just take a time out and look at, where do we want to spend our energy? Where is it that we want to go walk towards and go towards, right? This is where the activation is coming. This is where transformation is coming in. And sometimes you just have to pull the car. And I got this old sedan, 4-door, looks like a 1970s, Oldsmobile, that's just like saying, let's just pull over and just take a moment and take a rest. Because sometimes we get so hung up on this destination. Oh, it's not working. What do we need to tweak? What do we need to do? Oh, did we do this? Did we do that? And the overwhelmness that comes through with that can really get us to fizzle out. So this is very much with how things are transpiring over the next few days. And as we head into even, we got the Super Bowl is going to be some crazy energy coming forth. It's doing, looking at these things that are going on, because there's some pretty crazy squares. Because even as this full moon or this new moon is coming up, there's going to be some major squares that are going to be coming in with Uranus and Saturn. It's going to be really starting to activate on this full moon. I mean, they're only a degree apart right now, and the full square is happening next week. So with this active, this is intensity. This is the old breaking away from the new, right? Uranus is the new. It is the one on the other side, bringing in the new consciousness, bringing in the new energy. Saturn is the old regime. The old is trying to hanging on to the old, hanging on to the way things used to be and trying to fix it. So this is where it's coming in and saying, okay, we can't fix all of this. We got to start looking at what is the new, what is the upgrades that we need to start implementing within our own selves and in the collective. And we're going to start seeing systems starting to really start to break down, right? And that's part of where we had in, the 1960s coming in, where it was like breaking down the old regime. I mean, they had the 1940s, World War II, had all of this energy of the war, and there was a lot of expansion happening in the 1940s. There was a lot of, information that was coming in about new ways of communication. GPS came in, and believe it or not, sonar, satellite. So a lot of new technology was coming in the 40s. In the 50s, it really started to go inward, started to, family unit, this, we got to keep the family safe. The nuclear family came in. You have to get a mortgage, a picket fence, have your own home. That's the first time mortgages really started to make a big impact in the world, was during the 50s, because everybody, let's bring in the suburbs, let's bring in the community, right? And then came the 60s, was the breakaway from the nuclear family, break away from all of that. Let's bring in, I want to be that individual. I want to be that person that goes with the flow, and, the hippie energy that came in, along with a lot to do with protesting, a lot to do. So we're in this mix of energies, right? So this is what astrology does. It shows you this is what happened when this last happened. How is that coinciding with what's going on now? So we take a look, and that's what, a great thing to do is when you look into your own chart and you can sort of see how your energies are moving and what aspects are really good for you to work with, what aspects are like, I'm going to hold off on this until maybe the moon passes. I'm going to just take a couple days off, or I'm going to not be so out there, right? So this is also finding your own ebb and flow in how things are transpiring within your world. And honoring that ebb and flow, because your ebb and flow is different than my ebb and flow. You might have this day say, yeah, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to get active, right? And it might be like, for me, it's like, okay, I'll be somewhat active, but it's going to be more on a personal level. and not be too out there, because it could be, you know, with Mars, and Mars is my ruler, and with Uranus there, it could be a little bit touch and go, or it could be very, instead of just seeing things as they are, could trigger me in saying, you know, my lovely little Scorpio tail could come out very easily. So this is honoring your flow on where you are, honoring that energy that you're sitting, and along with that, calling in, of course, you know, I'm teaching an angel class. It's coming up. This is the last day for the sale. It's $147. It's a 2.5 day workshop that is also giving you, you're getting a workbook from it. I'm going to give you a certificate from it. I mean, I'm not, I know my guides are laughing at me. They're like, you don't usually give certificates. Yeah, because I don't think certificates are all what people like. When, especially in the metaphysical, you know, people get hung up on like, oh, I got my Reiki Master certificate. Okay, yeah. Tell me the last time you pulled it out. I've been a Reiki Master for 30 plus years. I haven't, you know, yeah. It's somewhere, you know, but a lot of people need that accolade, or need that whatever it is up on their wall, which is fine. That's, you know, but this is where, you know, this weekend, and bringing in the feminine, the divine feminine energy is very prominent in allowing us to come with the ebb and the flow. We have more of the divine feminine in with Gaia now than we ever had for like 10,000 years or something, to really have that divine feminine energy flow. And we're just at the beginning of it. We're just at the beginning of really coming forth in it. Yeah, there was the feminist movement of the 60s, right? But now we're coming into more of grabbing into the divineness and honoring it. But at first, when we started it in the 60s, in this feminist movement, it was very masculine, and we had to push up against it. We have to do this, and right? So it was very militant. It was very, this is what we have to do in order to create the difference. Even with the suffrage movement, which happened in the late 1800s into the 1900s, and bringing the vote for women, the suffrage movement was very much where it was like, it was kind of like, okay, yes, we're going out. No, we're just going to go learn a new recipe, dear. So they really, you know, some came out. It took a while, you know, the protesting, women slowly started to protest, come out, you know, and then in the 60s, it got a little bit more radical, a little bit more crazy, burning bras, doing all this stuff, you know, wanting to get equal rights to equal pay. We're still working on that. But now we're coming into this flow where there's, you know what? There's different ways we can hold our energy and our power. And that comes with the influence of a lot more technology. A lot more technology. It's amazing when you give a woman in the third world a phone, a cell phone. The power of creation begins, because she is now connected with so many other souls around the world. That's the divine feminine, allowing us to connect with so many more souls around the earth. This is part of the angelic energies that are coming in so strongly with this astrology. Because the Mafia brothers are broken up. They're not in their little huddle doing their little evil stuff and let's see what happens when we do this. Woo-hoo! You know, this is where it's like they're breaking up, and Jupiter's moving away, and he's going to be, you know, in May, he's going to be start going into Pisces, and then he's going to come back out of Pisces and back into Aquarius, and then at the end of the year, he's going to go back into his house. He is one of the rulers of Pisces. So he's going to come back into this beautiful expansion of this 12th house, right? So we have this energy that's coming, but there is, you know, we're having to break out of some old things and wanting to fix things, and, you know, and trying to make sure it feels right for us. So yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know if this feels right. I don't know if I really want to do this. So this is allowing us to really go into our flow. And the divine, and working with the Archaea, this is part of the manual that you'll be getting, working with them. And when we do work with them, we're bringing in not only the counterpart of the divine masculine, which we definitely need, but we're bringing in this beautiful energy and the soul energy of the angels. And this truly life-changing healing modality. I feel like every time somebody learns more about angels, it is bringing in more light into this world. And it helps you to know, and we help you to meet and merge this energy, this light energy, in with you, and bringing in your guardian angels, right? Because we all have guardian angels. When I see, I used to do doula work. So when I saw babies being born, there were angels automatically around them. Like there was like at least 5 coming in to help them. And then the mother with her angels there too. So that energetic of the angelic was already there and bringing in many blessings, because it is part of creation, right? Having a baby is part of creation and bringing in this beautiful miracle. So this is an energy that is beneficial to connect not only with self, but connect with this higher power that is there with us. When my son was born, yeah, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool when you see that? It's just like sometimes it's like, oh, did I take too many drugs giving birth? But it's like it is such a softening, beautiful energy that is there, right? And so this is this beautiful energy, and the angelical journey that for me has been with me most of my life. Like, I mean, my family's talked, we asked for the angels to come in, watch over and protect us. We use not only God, we use the saints and the angels and the divine mother to watch over and bless us in all that we say and all that we do and all that we be. Ha! This is bringing in this modality, and being taught online, it just allows it to be spread out even further. So you can be anywhere in the world and taking this course. And this is an add-on. So if you've taken the Angel Alchemy, this is just a beautiful add-on, because we're adding more of the divine feminine, right? That was so pretty. So we want to bring this energy in, and with the alignment with the astrology, there's a lot more angelic energy that's coming in. Yes, there is this dark force or this energy that really wants to take place and take heed of everything and really want to control. But the thing is that the darkness can't live in the light. The more light we work with, the darkness can't live into it. So when people are trying to bring in more of the darkness and wanting to be in the dark, and that's what I noticed with the, there were a few little, people who practice witchcraft that they're very dark, and they bring in the dark, and this is dark. And I'm like, when I work with witchcraft, or I work with pagan, or I work with whatever you want to call it, into this realm, I know the dark's there. I love to wear black pants and stuff, but there's a light that comes through, this light energy that comes in. It's not all dark. And that really gives, when we're working with, say working with the pagans and the witches and the Wiccas and that they bring in, and it's, people see, the first thing they see, it's like, oh, it's so dark, but it's not. It's not. I worked with a woman one time, and all she wanted to do is, like, I'd go into the store, I'm like, man, it's dark in here. She goes, well, I like it that way. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to be in there. I don't want to be somewhere where somebody wants to hoard and go into the dark all the time, right? No, we want to come out. We want to come out into the light. We want to come out and allow. We understand the dark is there. We're not dismissing the dark. We need the dark. But if you want to stay in the dark all the time, it's not. It's like it's harmful for you. Your vitamin D, your skin, your body to really regenerate and reheal. I mean, coming out. That's why Archangel Raphael is the sun. He's the sun. He's aligned to the sun. He brings in that healing energy. Archangel Haniel, The female, Archangel Haniel, is a beautiful angel of the moon, her silvery color, and bringing in that essence of the moon and the triple goddess. We need that, right? But you can't stay all in one and not have the other. That's why there's great celebrations up north when the sun starts coming in. They're just like, hallelujah, we need the sun. Because to stay in darkness for so long plays havoc on your mind, plays havoc on your body, fucks you right up, right? So it's coming into this energy and allowing for this balance to come in. And that's where we're heading. It is beautiful. It is a transformation. There's going to be some crazy shit that's going to come out. And there's going to be, because we're in so much Aquarius energy, there is going to be a lot about scientific. And science is going, they know better than you do. And you're going to find that there's a lot of energies or people that you meet are just feeling off. And that's where I say, are they real? That's where AI comes in and artificial intelligence and all of this other crazy, things are. And a lot of people say, no, that's just on TV. And I'm like, no, it's not just on TV, baby. It's not just on TV. There's more of that shit coming in, and it's going to get crazier with that. When Elon Musk is already saying that he can bring consciousness into AI, that's like, what the fuck? This is like fucked up. And it's, when you look at that, are they able to bring in the soul content? Are they able to transfer the soul energy from the divine? And my guides are showing me it's like that's where things can get really off. That's where people can lose themselves because they're unwilling to attach to the truth of who they are, and they go to a falsity, a false god, if you want to use that term. And this is where you find where, when people say the zombie movement, I don't think the zombie movement isn't per se, the zombies are coming out and eating your brains, yum, yum, yum. But are they? Are they? But they may not be eating your brains in the way that you think that they're eating your brains. So this comes into the North Node in Gemini. It's all about connection and connecting, right? And educating yourself, right? And doing that education, because the square with the moon squaring, it's this aha type of energy and movement. Neither is right or wrong, but it's that emotional energy that's coming forth in order for us to communicate and bring the balance. So it is bringing in some interesting energies. So this is like really, really taking time today. I'm going to bring in The Universe Has Your Back. I'm going to pull a card here from it for us. And then, so this is, for me, it's like, I know I've been a little bit like off balance, and I really have had to anchor myself, doing things that, cleaning, things like that. Oh, and I did. I will share this out. I'm going to share this with you and show you what I did. Share screen. Don't want to show a video file. I launched it. I did. Here we go. Here is the Guru Mama Spiritual Coffee House. Hence, if you noticed, I've changed the Guru Mama Spiritual Coffee House. I've changed my name to the Guru Mama Spiritual Coffee House. And with this, I have my different memberships. I have a light roast, medium roast, dark roast. This one here is really where you get a membership, your membership with a full zodiac specific readings for a spiritual path. So blockages each month. So each month it is the tarot horoscope. So the tarot horoscope each month you will get that. So you'll get the full reading of your zodiac sign beginning at the month, and then a medium in the middle of the month. It's sort of a roundup where I will talk about the new energies coming in for the next month, and then setting up some goals. So that one, that's a $5 a month. Then we have the $12. You get this plus I'm going to do a weekly live 1 hour focusing on relationships, spiritual path, and mission, and taking questions on your own spiritual path. So that's an hour that I want to do on a weekly premises. And then, of course, then we have the $35 where you get the download of the workbook, the full moon and the new moon workbook, plus discounts on readings and morning divine messages. So that, I started that out. It is out there. It is there. The thing is, the one thing that when I've spoke to quite a few other Patreons and stuff like that, and starting this up and watching YouTube channels, is it is a lot of work when you first start. They, that's what they're telling me, and that on my YouTube, they were a couple of them were saying that on your YouTube, it's really important to get at least 1,000 followers on your YouTube, because 1,000 followers will give you at least 1% of the 1,000 followers is 100 people, and she goes, out of that 100, that's usually what you get for actually following you on a regular basis. So that's, right now I have 117. So if I take 1%, that's 10 people. So with that, I mean, and this is where when doing something like this, it's a crapshoot on it, and what a journey. It's, putting more content out there, putting that energy out there. And I know it's, for me, it's a real focus. And if sending it out to the gods, if it takes off, that's where my energy goes, right? So you go where the money flows, right? Because that's going to be paying a lot more of my bills. So if more people go into that, that's where, for the changes from Periscope and things along like that, I can now, at the end of March, or when Periscope ends, most of the content's going to go on Patreon, and it's going to be locked. So it's going to be where it's going to be locked to the tiers. That's what I'm thinking. It makes me feel like, it makes me scared when I say that. So I'm like, but I won't have anybody following me. But that's my fear. That's my fear, and working through my fear. So it is something. Somebody asked me, when I'm doing my Patreon. I know it's bigger in the United States than it is in Canada. But it is something that, I now have to start plugging. Patreon is launched. It's there. It's live. I don't have any followers as yet, but that's the journey. That's the journey on trusting and saying, okay, I was told to do this. Here I am. now let's see what happens. Right. And here we go. The card I pulled from The Universe Has Your Back. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. That is absolutely fabulous. I love that. I love that. So bringing in the stillness is going to be important. Bringing in the stillness and the presence. So I'm going to shuffle this up. And if people are wanting to get, right now, if you just want to get a tarot horoscope, it's $25. It's $25. Or you could join Patreon. It's $5 a month. And you get one every month for $5 a month. So this is where, bringing in and wanting to build a platform, right? And building a platform and building a business. This is part of it, eh? And doing that. And allowing yourself to expand. And whoa, what did I get? Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Times are changing. Energies are changing. Surrender to what is the change. Don't try and fix it, but surrender it. Allow it. And then for that, it takes you on a new journey. It's taking you on a new journey and trusting the journey. I don't know if this is for you guys or for me. I think it's for us all. Let's go for us all. And with that, the Two of Cups. So something new, new contracts, new negotiations. The Two of Cups is, you're shooting your arrow out. You're shooting that love energy out and allowing for that transition to come in. So allowing for the transition to come in. And if we use this card, as the overall spiritual card, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence. Just allowing it, allowing for whatever takes place. And just an FYI, when people do subscribe and people are wondering about it, it's like, no, you don't get your $5 right away. You got to get so much money before they're going to transfer it over to you. And then everybody takes their fee. So out of $5, that's why I started it at $5. For as a business person, the $5 will end up being $2. But that's okay when you start building your business and you say, okay, this is building the foundation. This is where I want. In 3 years, this is like, okay, if I look at 3 years from now, hope, in 3 years, 1,000 people are on there, right? So that's where the journey begins. And maybe by then we're dealing in Bitcoin. We're not dealing in the currency we got now. And the overall energy is taking a new journey, the Seven of Swords. Letting go, trusting on that journey as you go along. So trust your journey and surrender to the presence at any time. Surrender to what you need to surrender to it, and don't try and fix everything. Trying to fix everything is not going to help you. It's not going to help me. It's just going to get you in more frustration. So do what you can, and sometimes you got to leave the rest up to God and allow for God to take over. Call in the angels today. Call them in. Ask them for their guidance. Call in Archangel Michael. Call in the Archaea of Faith, the Archaea of Love and Purity. There's 17 of them, and we're going to be working with 17 of them, and bringing in the Ray of Peace, Lady of Grace. That's what I just turned to. It's the Lady of Grace. I love her. She's beautiful. And bringing in that beautiful Archangel Uriel and the Lady of Grace. That's who I just turned to in my notes. So this is the supreme angel, represents the fire of God, and as such helps us to alchemize our limitations so we can gain mastery in our life and spiritual path. Archangel Uriel brings a deep sense of peace and oneness. Archangel Uriel is the angel of wisdom and bringing in that wisdom and guidance. Archangel Uriel is also the angel for business. And the Archaea of Grace then helps us to become the divine alchemist, to transform the roots, cords, and webs of the core of our limitation, and then redirect the renewed prana towards hopes and dreams. Perfect for today. Perfect for today. Bringing in, asking them to become that source energy for you. And, eliminating and allowing yourself to eliminate any limitations that you put upon yourself. So ask him and ask her for help. And if you are frustrated, take a moment and say, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Uriel. Help me, guide me. And then you will get an answer. And it's renewal. It's your intuition, allowing for that guidance to come in. I'm going to throw this out. Is there any questions from any of you? I know there's a few of you on here still. As my daughter turned up the heat, hang on. And it's not that cold out. Give you a moment. I know I just left. They're like, where'd she go? Had to go turn the heat down. But if you're interested in the angel healing class, definitely let me know. Let's get you in there. Let's bring the angels in and bring in the love for us all as we go forward with, I'm going to join. You're going to what I join? Thank you. Well, you're going to join which? The Patreon, or you're going to join my angel healing class? I will be putting up a messenger group for the angel healing class too, so you guys can communicate with one another and do communication. So So sending you guys out so much love. Thank you. Amanda, please let me know what you're joining, whether it's Patreon or whichever. And sending you guys out so much love. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Thank you. The angels. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I just got a big chill with you because I just got like this crazy energy coming in around you. So bringing in so much love for you guys. Have a blessed one. May the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Thank you. Blessings, everybody. And we will talk to you soon. Talk to you tomorrow or maybe later on today. Who knows? Bye-bye.